Today, guys, I want to talk about the state of rate, the rewards, and the content, but mainly focusing on the rewards that we are getting from various different game modes, okay? Personally, I think that Plarium needs to step up their game with quite a few of the game modes, to be honest with you guys. And basically, I want to talk about the Chimera, the rewards, the Hydra, and the rewards, the Curse City and the rewards, hell, even the Siege mode and the rewards, and especially the Live Arena mode and the rewards, right? I feel like there are a lot of things lacking in the game at the moment, and there are things that we just cannot acquire unless we are taking part in events where we either have to fully deplete our resources once 2-3 months, or we have to spend money to put our hand on some of these things that are almost impossible to get just by playing the game. And the whole idea of a game, when they're basically advertising the game on Google, on Apple, or anywhere else, free to play. That means that whatever research they are giving you in the freaking game, it can be acquired for free. And of course, players can purchase those things as well to speed up their progress, right? So it means that everything in this game should have a way to acquire it for free. Yes, it doesn't need to be 100 pieces of each one of those things, but at least 1-2 pieces needs to somehow come for free. So first, let's quickly focus on one of the newest additions to the game, and that is, of course, relics, materials, and everything else related to them. The way you can actually rank up your relics, because that is one of the most important things that we are missing at the moment. Of course, we are talking about gemstones as well. So first, I want to go straight to the Chimera rewards. I actually haven't collected the chests because I have been planning to make this video for a very long time, especially when we're talking about the Curse City, okay? So right here, guys, in the Chimera, right, we're doing Nightmare, Ultra Nightmare. Some of my clanmates, they choose to go straight to Ultra Nightmare with both of the keys to go and collect more materials from the trials, okay? They skip Nightmare completely. So basically, when you are opening these bloody chests that don't give you pretty much almost nothing, okay? Let's actually collect, and then we're gonna see the drop info. Yay, another rare gemstone. Absolutely amazing. I'm going crazy. No materials to rank it up because it's either that one, either a trashy rare gemstone, and you're barely getting any materials for the relics, which is not necessarily the biggest issue. Then, let's get the next one. Oh, we got a rank up material, but hell, we got no gemstone this time around, and barely any materials as well. And this is a 2-star only, okay? Keep in mind, relics go all the way to 6 stars, the same like a champion does. Then, Ultra Nightmare, the top chest, the best rewards, the best of the best. My god, we got another epic gemstone. Amazing. Target finder. I probably have 1 million of these ones. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, we got a 2-star basalt again. No gemstone. Okay, gemstones are almost impossible to get, Plarium, okay? Almost impossible to get. And the problem with the gemstones is that you are not getting these freaking mythical and legendary gemstones. They are in the game, but we cannot get them, okay? The drop rates are just horrendous. This needs to be revisited. It needs to be updated because we're not getting fragments for a champion from here. We are not getting mythical books. We are not getting summons. Hell, we are not getting materials to level up the relics, to rank up the relics as we should, okay? So the economy for the Chimera rewards is completely busted, okay? The rewards are awful, okay? Absolutely awful for one of the most endgame content in the game. Considering that it takes you quite a bit of time to go and do every single one of the 2 runs that you gotta do in this game mode is just not rewarding enough. So yes, you release this game mode, I can't even remember how long ago, 6, 7, 8 months or whatever, but it's time to update a bit the rewards. Yes, the honeymoon period is gone. We need to get better rewards from this game mode, especially those gemstones that are pretty much coming from no other place, okay? I feel like the gemstones and the basalts is one of the biggest issue. Yes, we are getting stones. I can't even speak anymore. I think we're getting a decent amount, right? If you're doing both of the Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare and you're getting the double chest, you're getting a decent amount of those ones. Still, you get to the point where you need to move relics around because, you know what? You just do not have enough materials to build up dupe relics. You're gonna have to move one from champion to champion to champion, especially if you are unlucky and you do not have many relics, okay? So, for example, my account, okay? This is what I have available. I have quite a good amount of relics. I most likely have the possibility now to go and get close to max one of the relics. Most likely not to get it to 6 stars, but I can easily get 1 or 2 more to 5 stars without a problem, right? Like, I've accumulated a lot of relics. At the moment, I think I only have one of them at 5 star, which is the Cat's Gaze, right? I can, as I've mentioned, easily go and do at least 1 or 2 more at rank 5. To do a rank 6, I would have to basically feed my other legendary relics. Now, the problem is we have 900 plus champions in the game. Each one of them will require relics if you want to keep them up to date with what's happening in the game at the moment. Then, if you want to work on the relic, you are basically missing the materials required to upgrade the ranks. Why? Because you are not getting any 4 stars, you are not getting any 5 stars from any of the content in the game. It's like they do not even exist. You see them right here, but they are like unicorns, okay? They do not exist, okay? They're just kind of like a fairy tale that you tell your kids. And you're getting a bunch of 1 stars, a bunch of 2 stars, and every now and then, kind of like every Christmas and stuff, you're getting a 3 star from the Chimera. But this is a very busted economy, in my opinion. And pardon my sarcasm if you're not enjoying it. It's just basically the reality of what's happening in the game at the moment. So I really think that the rewards in here should 1000% be updated. If you don't want to give us the 5-star basalts, give us the freaking 4 stars. Ultra Nightmare should not be dropping 2 star, right? That's why we have the other game modes, the other difficulties, sorry, to drop lower ranks. We do not have them available in any other game mode whatsoever, even though we have a million groups for relics. You have Live Arena relics, you have them God knows where, and from Live Arena you are getting, I think, a couple of them from milestones, but that's not enough. I was expecting to see maybe in Live Arena 4-star basalts, maybe a 5-star basalt, but you know why we don't have them? Because in a few months, most likely they're going to push a few packs, so you can purchase them instead of earning them from in-game, okay? They're bringing in tons of hero pair events, Deck of Fates events and stuff, and not even there, they are not actually giving us these rewards. So as I've mentioned, they just do not exist. You see them there, but they actually do not exist. Talking about gemstones, okay? And the main problem with this as well is that I have been grinding this freaking game mode for a very long time, since the very beginning. These are my gemstones at the moment, right? I've been doing Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare since day one. I have been completing my milestones for the Clash, which only drops Epic as the highest rarity. Shame I cannot actually click on Equipped, so you guys can see them all. But basically, I have like a million of the Uncontrollable one. I have another million of the Explosive Power. I have 2 or 3 of the Dungeon Delver. I have a few of them of the Puppet Master. And looking at the other ones, I have a few of the Opening Gambit. I have these ones as legendaries, a few epics. But if we are going to go over the actual relics, you should be able to see them a bit better there. You can kind of like get an idea of how many legendary ones I currently have on my account. And I have 1 mythical gemstone. 1. And that is the Undead Bulwark. I'm really positive that I do not have a second one, but we're gonna check just in case if maybe I'm talking nonsense, okay? I do have to, okay? Both of them the same. I wasn't sure if I got another one in the meantime or it's still pretty much the same one. But if you are looking at the legendary ones, you see the same bomb, you're just not getting freaking gems. I have 3. Damn, I have 3 mythical ones. Okay, I forgot about this one. Okay, either way, they're just 3 in total. So that shows how low are the drop rates on Ultra Nightmare, okay? 6, 7, 8 months since we have this game mode. Weekly Ultra Nightmare double chest, okay? And I've got 3 mythical gemstones. So they need to find a way, and it's not hard to find a way, just up the rates a bit on the Ultra Nightmare difficulty. And let us actually get the gemstones that you brought in the game, and same with the basalts, so we can actually play the new content, right? Because they are not available. So if you're looking at all of the gemstones, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 mythical gemstones. I have 3, from which, in fact, I actually have 2 of them out of the 20 because one of them is a dupe, right? If we're talking about legendaries, while I do have quite a few legendary gemstones, probably out of the whole collection of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, I probably have 5 or 6 of them, and I have tons of dupes, right? So that, in my opinion, is a really busted economy, because it has been a long time since we have this content in the game. It's not since yesterday or anything like that. So, in the name of God, Plarium, please sort out these rewards a bit. Don't be so stingy with them, because it's not like they're packs for them to buy them anyway, right? And we shouldn't have packs for something like this. So, yes, we will be able to acquire some of them from the new hard mode Faction Wars. And they will be very specific gemstones, okay? Let me just start from here. So we're going to get some rare ones. Nobody cares about them. We're going to get some epic ones. Right here, epic ones as well. We are going to get legendary ones as well. But it's not a random, okay? From what I've seen, I think it was on the test server at the beginning. Either was just showing it wrong, but it showed the specific gemstone that you can get. It had the name. I can't remember exactly which one. So was not really showing it random. Maybe they've changed since then. Or maybe I've seen something wrong and this seemed to be random, at least on the legendary. Maybe it was just the mythical one that was not random. I know for a fact it had a very specific thing. You see, so we're getting mythical here. And I thought I were getting 2 mythical ones. Is it 1? It's just 1 mythical gemstone. Or maybe there are 2 in this thingy. But either way, we are not getting enough of them, okay? Leaving all of this on the side with the gemstones, as I've mentioned, we have tons of different relic groups, okay? So we have, how many we have in total? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the moment. You're getting basalts from the Chimera. You're getting basalts from Live Arena on the milestones, if I remember it correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember 100%. You're not getting much from Faction Wars, or I haven't actually noticed any. You're not getting anything from the events usually. I haven't seen any in the events tabs so far. So where are we meant to get them from, right? So let's quickly check. Do we get any of them in here? None here. No. We're getting chickens, though. We are getting chickens, okay? So that's what you need. Once you defeat Faction Wars hard mode, the best reward for you guys is basically get a 5-star chicken or 2 5-star chickens on a Faction Wars hard mode, right? Because that's why you've been building all of your champions to get that. No basalts in here either. Like, why don't we have a 4 5-star basalt somewhere here, you know? And you're getting 1 mythical skill tome, 2 mythical skill tomes from Faction Wars hard mode. Moving on to the next thing. Mythical skill tomes, okay? We are not getting them from anywhere at all, except that thing that's a one-time thing. That doesn't mean you can farm it, okay? If we are talking about the only thing from where we should be able to farm them, which is the Hydra Clash, we are taking top 1, top 2 every single week in the Hydra Clash. I haven't got a mythical book from the Hydra Clash in around 3 to 4 months, okay? So that's 12 plus weeks without a mythical skill tome dropping from it, because I'm getting primal quartz. I need more mythical books. You need more mythical books. Some of you guys will be in a different situation where you're going to be like, Skratch, shut up. I have plenty of mythical books because I have no mythical champions. That's fair play. But once you're going to get a mythical champion, you use the books. Again, you're not going to have books. Every single time they're doing events, they are locking some of those mythical books at very high milestones, and it's all about summoning. We have the anniversary pet. There's no summoning involved. No mythical book. They're giving us 2 legendary ones. If we're going to the tournaments, you need to summon. Well, you need to summon. Come and get your mythical book at 7,500 points. They need to make them a bit more accessible. They need to basically implement them in some form of a drop rate. If we're talking about siege mode, I don't care. Siege mode. Make them drop from that victory chest. Give us a chance to get them from the Chimera chest. Because we're not getting summons from there. We're literally not getting anything. And I remember when they've told me the following thing. I said, give us mythical skill tomes in the Chimera rewards, man. Please. Before the game mode was even released. Haha, Skratch, don't worry. The rewards are going to be much better than that. Yes, what can I tell you? They're so much better than that, my god, I'm so happy when I'm opening the Chimera chest every single week. I'm, partying, dancing, all full of joy because how amazing the rewards are. And these are just things that should be in the game, right? Because that's why we have them. They're not meant to be impossible to get. I don't want to pay 15, 20 bucks for a mythical skill tome. Like, that is outrageous in my opinion. And no matter how big of a kraken you are, $25 for a mythical skill tome. What 15? $25 for a mythical skill tome. It's just crazy. Like, I'll rather literally just break a finger or something than to buy a mythical skill tome with $25. Go through the pain and recover after, than to pay $25 for a mythical skill tome. They should be in the game, more accessible. And apologies for the rant, guys, but it's just basically I'm frustrated with these things, you know, because I like the game and there are things that should just be a bit more accessible, right? But moving on to the next thing, primal shards and all these, they are really not accessible either, right? Like, we can get them. I feel like, in a way, it's harder to get primal shards than it is to get sacred shards, okay? You go to the clan boss every single day, and some people, I know, a lot of you guys are constantly saying they nerfed the rewards on the clan boss. To be honest, it's impossible for us to see that. The main reason, they started hiding all of the drop rates on their side of the server. So even when people data mine, they cannot see any drop rates for anything. No drop rates for glyphs, no drop rates for clan bosses, no drop rates for nothing at all. Because all of that stuff is now hidden on their server. So basically, we cannot see anything related to that. So if they're manipulating the drop rates in the clan boss, we don't know it anymore, okay? Basically, I do not personally think that they nerfed the drop rates on the clan boss. I think it's just the main way of how the RNG works. Sometimes I have 1, 2, 3 weeks where probably I get 1 sacred shard, sometimes none, okay? Then I have 1, 2 weeks when I'm constantly getting sacred shards. But the main thing is, you are getting them. You have Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare that has a chance to drop you a sacred shard, which some long time ago used to be the end game currency, the most hard to get currency in the game. Since then, they've introduced a lot of power creep, mythical skill tomes once again, materials for the relics. They just do not exist. Primal shards, they do not exist, okay? You barely get them. You get a few of them from milestones, you're getting quartz, and that's about it. You're getting... How many primal shards can you get a month if you're completing all of the content, all of the dungeon divers, and all of the events that actually drop quartz? Probably a month, you can get around 15 of them. 15, and that, of course, is not free to play completing all of the event. That is for a person that spends money, okay? I think around there. Talking about the next thing that is kind of like on my mind as well, guys, is basically the Curse City. So right here, while I'm talking, I'm gonna play you some clips that I saved a long time ago. with drop rates. I do not have the drop rates for gear in here because nobody has them anymore except Plarium. But this is very, very challenging content for a lot of people. If I remember it correctly, I might be wrong, but I think on the statistics that they had for their anniversary, there are only 26 people in the entire game that have completed every single rotation. 26 people out of millions of players. So what does that tell you? A lot of people do not give a damn to go and complete it every single month, okay? Why? Because the rewards are not that great. My problem is the following. Why are we getting 5-star gear from the boss? Okay, we should not have 5-star gear on this boss. I barely have any Merciless or anything related to the gear sets dropping from here. Merciless Supersonic, that is good. And that's mainly because I'm getting a lot of trash 5-star gear. If I get a nice 6-star legendary or mythical piece that jumps in my eye, I click on it and it's a flat piece. Or is something with extremely bad substats, right? So even if I reroll it with a Chaos Ore, my chance to get something good out of it is really low. And you just end up in selling all of that gear. Yes, maybe you do not want to give us 6-star gear from every single area, but we have different areas that gradually increase in difficulty, starting from this one to the next one. We should stop getting 5-star gear once we reach on the 3rd difficulty, and in Sintranos, my god, we should be getting epic, legendary, and mythical 6-star gear dropping from all of these super challenging bosses. This content is very challenging, is very tied to what champions you have available and what you don't. So we honestly should not be getting 5-star gear from the boss and from Sintranos, and I actually forgot the name of this other area right here. I'm not even sure if I can actually see it somewhere, but Plagueholm, right? We should not be getting 5-star gear from there either. And the more the difficulty increases, the better the reward should be as well, at least in terms of gear. I have no other issues with the other rewards, to be honest. Getting a mythical skill tome from defeating Ammius, because he is the very first mythical boss in the game, and still he has nothing to do with mythical rewards, okay? Defeating him once a month on hard difficulty, giving us a mythical skill tome, is not the end of the world for you, Plarium, because you're still going to get your money from whales and kraken spending on all of the other packs. So they need to just basically improve a bit the rewards. And I gotta give them credit where due, okay? They showed that they can do it. They showed us that they can do it, and they showed us that they can listen to the community feedback. And that, of course, it has to do with the siege mode. Initially, the siege mode rewards were absolutely awful, okay? And that's mainly because you were getting 5-star gear in all of these tiers. After a lot of backlash from the community, they came out and they said, guys, we understand that we should not be giving you 5-star gear for the endgame content. So we are going to change it, right? Personally, I think that a piece of 6-star epic gear is better than a 5-star mythical gear. You can say whatever you want, but that is the truth. So they showed us that they can do it. Why not do it again, okay? The rewards from here, the victory chest, becomes trash as well. Because once you're done with the fragments for Lamassu, you're only getting accessories. You're getting the mythical Chaos Ore. You're getting 100 quartz, which is 1 primal shard every 2 weeks from this game mode. Why not put in here a mythical skill tome as well, man? Why not? You know, like, it's not the end of the world if you are giving us 2-3 mythical skill tomes a month from game modes, okay? But giving us not a 0.01% chance to drop like in the Hydra, where you go half a year without getting one of them, or quarter of a year without getting one of them, you know? So basically, this is my frustration at the moment with the rewards and the economy for Raid Shadow Legends. There are many other things that I can go on and on. Legendary skill tomes, they did become more accessible, so we cannot really complain too much about that. But there is one more thing that I kind of like want to mention, and that is, of course, talking about the rewards in the Iron Twins Fortress. They can easily up a little bit the rewards for the Eternal Soul Essence, for the Immortal Soul Essence, and of course, for the Mortal Soul Coins. The rewards in the Hydra Clan Boss, leaving aside the Clash, is still mind-boggling, okay? Because you start on normal difficulty. You go on the best chest, you get 1 to 2 Mortal Soul Stones. Then you go on hard difficulty, on the top chest, 1 to 2 Mortal Soul Stones. Then you go on Brutal, top chest, 1 to 2 Mortal Soul Stones. Then you go on Nightmare, 1 to 3 Mortal Soul Stones. Then you go on God knows what other difficulty they will bring, and you're still gonna get 1 to 3 Mortal Soul Stones. And I've been saying this since the very beginning. Why not gradually increase that as well? As it is right now, we have absolutely no way without paying or spending tons and tons of resources that require months to accumulate to get the big Eternal Soul Stone. We do have a Hero Pair event, Anniversary Pad. And you have an Eternal Soul Stone in here. You need 30k points just to buy that without the rest of the points required to get down to it. So basically around 40,000 points. We need to find a way to get these rewards as well. I feel like with the Immortal Soul Stones, right now they are doing a fairly decent job with the events. They're not giving you any of them for free. You need to basically grind events, which are doable every now and then for free to play as well. You're not getting many, but at least you're getting some. I cannot say the same for the Eternal Soul Stones, right? Like, the amount of resources you need to spend to get one of them is outrageous. And it goes the same for the Champion Chase Tournament. We have one in here as well, at 10,000 points. That will be the equivalent of summoning 20 legendary champions, or getting approximately 40 epic champions from summons. And we are talking about Sacred Shards right now, okay? Imagine going to open Sacred Shards, summon 0 legendaries, okay? And you're gonna have to open 40 Sacred Shards to get that Eternal Soul Stone. Like, it's crazy. A Sacred Shard is valued at $20 in their offers, okay? $800 for this reward, okay? Of course, you will summon 1 or 2, 3. Maybe you're gonna summon, heck, 10 legendaries, depending on your luck. But it's just basically taking the worst case scenario as well. Then we have the issue of the clan XP. They said this in the past as well, okay? We reacted the same. We need 25 years to reach level 19 or level 20 for the clan and to be able to purchase some of these rewards. Right now is the same story. They haven't built the economy yet. I'm not sure what they're waiting for with the economy for clan XP. They're planning to bring in some different game modes. They're planning to give us clan XP from the new Siege changes that are coming to the game most likely next month, because that's when, I think that's when they will introduce the update to the Siege mode, and basically we're gonna have a bigger map and some changes to that. Are they planning to introduce clan XP in there? And that's why we haven't heard nothing about this situation with not being able to level up till 2050 to reach the highest level for the basalts and the other rewards that are dropping in here, right? So it goes the same for the materials, for the relics, for clans. You're only getting them during personal rewards, okay? It's just not really enough. They still need to build up a lot on the relic economy as well, guys. So this is what I think that is frustrating at the moment. This is what I think that is busted in terms of economy for Raid Shadow Legends at the moment. At least these are the biggest issues in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below as well. And this was just constructive feedback, even though I sound frustrated and I'm using a bit of sarcasm here and there. Hopefully, Plarium will slowly decide to change some of these things because it's for the greater good of the game, right? I feel like more people will be basically more excited to work on their teams, to improve their teams, because they know, well, I need to do Ultra Nightmare on that one to have a chance to get a mythical skill tome. I have to do the Siege mode to have a chance to get a mythical skill tome, and a summon to have a chance to get a mythical champion, etc. You guys get the drill. That's why at the moment, everybody, every single person that starts playing this game, they prioritize one thing and one thing only. I want to get to Nightmare, Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. Why? because you get sacred shards, you get void shards, you get legendary skill tomes. And nobody else stresses to as much for the other content because the rewards are just not good enough, okay? So I'm going to close it with that. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.